we are making biscuits and gravy and jerky with jerky. It's all plant-based and it slaps. So thanks for coming in. This is a recipe that I used in a competition for a large retailer, and it was very well received. Now at that time, I had made biscuits from scratch. These, I took the easier out and got the canned biscuits. So I'm gonna go ahead first off and put those in the oven to get those started. Pardon my back. If you're not familiar with our brand, All Y'all's Foods is a mission-driven plant-based. If you're not familiar with our brand, All Y'all's Foods is a mission-driven plant-based protein company. We've got a line of jerky, prickly pear chipotle, prickly pear teriyaki. The star tonight, black pepper and sea salt. We also have tasty toppers, the big crunchy cheesy bits and big crunchy bacony bits. These are all available in our shop. You can buy just the bits. You can buy the jerky with the bacon bits and big crunchy bacony bits. These are all available in our shop. You can buy just the bits. You can buy the jerky with the bacon and our cookbook, 40 recipes. Take a look. Tonight's recipe is fairly simple. You can make this as intricate as you want or as easy as you want. I like easy because the flavor is really sausage in the gravy. I use a black pepper sea salt. And all I have to do, all you have to do, that all needs to be done is a rough chop on it. So, that's what I'm gonna do, is a rough chop. You just have to keep your fingers out of the way. And I work through it one way. And there may be more effective ways of doing this. And then I come from the side, so I'm getting cuts in both directions to bring the sizes down to make sure that it fits just fine when you take a bite. So I'm gonna load this up on my bash and chop, and then I'm going to step over to the skillet, and this will be added in a moment. I'm gonna leave that here. I'm gonna go over here. And I'm using vegan butter, or plant-based butter. This is 4 tablespoons. You can make as little or as much as you want at a time, and that's real easy to do. It just depends on the amount of butter you put in, because what we're gonna do is put the butter in, let it melt as it's doing now, and then we're going to add flour, and this method was introduced to me close to 25 years ago by a woman I had met who was making everyone breakfast, and I helped her in the kitchen, and I learned how to make this gravy. So we're gonna let that melt. That'll take just a moment. If you're popping in, dropping in, I can't see what you're saying because of the distance between me and the phone. So howdy and welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Please feel free to ask questions. Please feel free to ask questions. And we are making a plant-based cream gravy. So I've put some plant-based butter in there. I'm gonna let that melt. Then I'm gonna add some flour. I'm gonna add salt and pepper. And then this is unsweetened almond milk. So what we're gonna do is melt the butter down, begin to add the flour to it to bring it to a thick consistency. And then we'll start adding the milk back in to it. And then we're gonna use our black pepper sea salt jerky, and that will go in last. So instead of using sausage or a sausage flavor, I made this before. If you didn't catch it, I made this before for a competition for a retailer, and it was very well received. I just realized I didn't set the timer on the biscuits. I'll be right back. Okay. Easy enough. So you see the butter's melting down. This is an olive oil based butter. You can use whatever kind of butter you like. This is a really good one. And then what I'm gonna do is add the flour a little bit at a time. And then I'm gonna take a whisk. Now, Something I see people do a lot, and it always makes me cringe. If I had a life hack, this would be it. And it's never use a metal utensil in a stick, non-stick skillet, because that will damage the coating in it. This is a plastic or a rubber lined whisk, and a whisk works really well at blending ingredients. A spoon won't cut it nearly as well. So you see how this is thickening up? And add a little bit more. A little bit more. And then you're going to go, well, that got all dry. It did. So when it gets to like a thick roux, I'm going to start adding the milk. I'm going to start adding the milk in it. Again, this is almond milk, and we're making a cream gravy with our black pepper and sea salt jerky. And so what you want to do is you take it, you thicken it up with flour, then you take it back down with the liquid. That flour will keep taking up that moisture. And again, I'm using almond milk that is unsweetened. I don't care for sweetened milk. So it's taking a little bit of moisture in there. Let's see here. It takes in a lot of milk. So again, it depends on the amount of butter that you put in it. Then it's going to require that much more milk to go out. So you want to be careful. The amount of butter you use is going to depict as much gravy as you make. Biscuits and gravy recipe is also in the cookbook. It is a little fancier than this. This is what I grew up on, very basic white gravy, cream gravy, but again, oat milk. If I said almond, I was wrong, it's oat milk. And then I'm gonna add salt and pepper. Now I use real salt. It comes from Redmond, Utah, and the reason for that is real salt comes from an ancient seabed. There are no clean seas these days, probably haven't been for a while. So either that or pink Himalayan salt, again, ancient seabed, they were a lot cleaner back when. So that's what I use. And it's full of minerals. If you see, it's not just white iodized salt. Add a little bit more. And then I'm gonna take the pepper grinder. Now understand the black pepper sea salt jerky has a lot of pepper, but I'll add just a little bit more because I'm a fan of black pepper. And then what I'm gonna do, sit tight, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab the black pepper jerky and add that to it. If you're just joining us, we're making biscuits and gravy. We got the biscuits in the oven and we're making gravy. It is just plant-based butter, flour, and oat milk unsweetened. Then we're gonna add that. I think most of it made it in. And then I'm gonna take a wooden spoon and stir this in. Now I'm gonna add the rest of that because the jerky will draw in some of the moisture because it is fairly dry. It's jerky, y'all. And this will give it enough to reabsorb some of that moisture. And I'm gonna turn this down to let this heat, but not too much. And there's something else I wanted to make. Come back over here with me if you will. One of the things I wanted to share with you is how convenient the jerky is. And you know, if jerky had a hype man or black pepper sea salt would be it. So I've got a little more of the black pepper sea salt jerky. If jerky had a hype man or black pepper sea salt would be it. So I've got a little more of the black pepper sea salt jerky, but I want to show you how easy it is to make skewers. Hey, the laundry's ready. So I'm going to show you a couple ways of doing this, because jerky pairs very well with fruit. If you've never tried it, I highly, highly recommend it. Okay, that's all good. Slicing up the apple, you could chunk it if you wanted to. I'm going to do slices, and I'm going to come back and take those slices, imperfectly as I may, and make them into kind of like hunks. So what you can do is take a piece of apple, then take a piece of jerky. In fact, I'm going to cut that one in half. Then take a piece of jerky. In fact, I'm going to cut that one in half. There we go. And then a piece of apple. Then a piece of jerky. And you just keep doing this, and you can make a lovely set of skewers for snacks, just for at home, or for the kids, or picnic, maybe if you have a party. So there. Different, yes. Delicious though, I promise. Let me see if I can get us up here so I can actually say howdy. All right. Another one to do is with grapes. Now I like the chipotle with mango. But the grapes are another good one. And there's a really good contrast between the softness and sweetness of the grapes and then the smoky umami flavor of the jerky. It really, really goes well together. So again, there's just a myriad of things. You can even take some plant-based. I was going to take some of those Baby Bell little wheels that they have and put those in between the meat, so a meat and cheese stick. But it's just a simple way to use a jerky in another delightful snack. There's that, and then with the apples. And you could fill the whole stick if you wanted, for time's sake. I'm just gonna do those two like that. And I'm gonna hop back over here to the gravy. See how it's doing. And it's doing very well, as you can see. So again, that is just plant-based butter, a little bit of flour to bring it up to thick, and then I used unsweetened oat milk to thin it back out. And you can make it as thin or as thick as you like. This is about the perfect consistency. Remember to use a whisk and not a metal one, and a non-stick skillet. Always go with a plastic or rubber. And wood is good as well. Let that heat for a few more minutes. Our biscuits are going to be done in just 3 minutes. Now, if you've got taste buds, you're going to enjoy the biscuits and gravy. Again, on our TikTok shop, we offer 3 different packages. You're going to enjoy the biscuits and gravy. Again, on our TikTok shop, we offer 3 different packages. There is the prickly pear chipotle. We use the juice of the fruit of the prickly pear in our prickly pear flavors. And then we've got prickly pear teriyaki. The thing about our black pepper sea salt is it has no added sugar. It does have 3 grams of natural sugar that occur in it. And then we use cane sugar and the other ones. Then we've got our our big crunchy cheesy bits. If you're someone who used to enjoy eating all the cheese crackers in different shapes that have come out over the last 100 years, this is a great replacement. No dairy and no gluten, and 33 grams of protein per bag in our big crunchy cheesy bits. Gluten and 33 grams of protein per bag in our big crunchy cheesy bits. Our Bacony bits have been around a lot longer. And again, these and the cheesy bits are made on a whole organic soybean base. The jerkies are made on a whole non-GMO soybean base. Zero cholesterol, full of fiber and phytonutrients. So you can get the 5 flavors that we're currently offering tonight, right now, or you can get our cookbook, and our cookbook has recipe after recipe, and it even has biscuits and gravy in here. Like I said, it's a little bit fancier than the one we made tonight, but you can get it with the 4 proteins that we have 10 recipes each, the teriyaki, the chipotle, the black pepper, and our Bacony bits. Or you can get just the jerky or just the toppers. So those are available. Or you can get just the jerky or just the toppers. So those are available to you. I can tell because my internal clock is telling me the biscuits should be about ready. Let me check, pardon my back. They're done, just like that. So, if you will join me again back again at the cooktop. I'm going to take one of these biscuits. Open this up. Hot. I'll show you. The biscuits and gravy, you can do it just with plants, and I guarantee you it's just as delicious and a lot better for you. Biscuits and gravy. Again, the recipe contains our black pepper sea salt jerky, plant-based butter, plant-based milk, and some flour, salt and pepper. And that's it, very simple. In fact, I'm gonna step to your side, grab a fork, because I forgot to do that earlier. Just join me back over here. Let me just show you what this looks like again and give it a taste. And again, you can use any kind of biscuit that works into your dietary preference. These are plant-based. They're really good. Again, it doesn't have a sausage flavor. It's got a smoky pepper flavor, but it's really, really delicious. Okay, one more bite. It's that good. As the kids say, that really slaps. Thanks for dropping by. Hope you have an amazing weekend. Give this recipe a try. You're gonna love it. You can pick up a jerky or a toppers in the shop here, and hope you have an amazing weekend. Thanks again for joining. Take care.